Hello everyone, this is Kimmy Wyatt. Hi! I'm doing part two of the video that I did on where cameras and Bluetooths can be hidden in your home. These are not your normal places. Those places are still there. You know, I said bears in part one, but I meant to say stuffed bears, um, you know, smoke detectors. No, that technology is technology of old, and it's really not that old, but now that there's something new on the scene, these particular cameras and devices can literally see basically anything and see through anything. Okay. So I only I went in talking about something else, so in part one. So a super the soul that I'm going to be doing about the four types of women, and I had to go in on that. So I got a little bit off the subject a little bit, but I did get two of those in, and the two that I got in, I started with the cameras, was gonna end up with the Bluetooths, and I knew I was gonna have two parts. I said from the beginning I was gonna have two parts. So I got to cabinets, your kitchen cabinets, just to recap, your bathroom cabinets. Check the knobs. Just check everything, because these cameras can see through everything, and they are pinhole cameras. And so, but and also putting two different types of technology together to create something different that can, like, literally see you. Okay, so even better, your skin tone. If I had a part right here, my hair, oh, the color of my necklace and earrings, everything. I also talked about door frames. These cameras can be hidden right here in door frames. Okay. Believe it or not, door frames. They will hide them in places that you would not think they would be hidden. And they love that you're looking at your smoke detector like, huh? And also, speaking of smoke detectors, if your smoke detector keeps winking at you, and what I call winking is your smoke detector, if the battery is good, it is going to do its own self-tests, most of them. These self-tests, it's going to like blink every so often. No. If every time you look at your smoke detector, like in my case, every time I looked at two of my four smoke detectors where I moved from, they were winking at me, every time I looked, blink, blink, or blink. I don't remember blink, blink, or if it was a blink, but they would wink. I call it winking. You know, you guys, your smoke detector is not supposed to do that every time you look at it. Come on, you guys. And I have to say something too. I'm still researching and doing a lot of research on the really, I don't have to do any more research, but I'm doing it because I can look at a video and then just wanting to see if I'm on track with everything, and whom else is going through this. And so I clicked the title of a video, and like, wow, this is really real, just confirmation. And I want to say some things. You guys, please do. I gotta say something for the victims, and I gotta say something for the perpetrators, or the people who are in denial that it's even happening to people. This is gang stalking, electronic stalking, gang group stalking, and electronic stalking. Okay. And there could be a combination, and spying in my case, literally. So you can be stalked, but that doesn't mean someone's like spying on you, like in your home or whatever. They're spying, but not the spying I'm talking about. Like, I have both of them, In other words, you can be stalked. Somebody will follow you to work because they see you come outside and they know you're going to work. They've been hacking in your phone, and they're going to go on your job, as I mentioned in a video, especially if you work, I'm going to say McDonald's, any place where there's an open parking spot where anyone can park, visitors can park, not where you have to show a badge and ID, put your badge up there and you can go on in the gate. Not that kind. I'm talking about where anyone can just sit in the parking lot and watch you to see if you are, watch if you're meeting someone. No. That's not what I'm talking about. That's stalking. Okay. But the spying I'm referencing, and it's spying as well, don't get me wrong, is you got cameras in your home. You're being spied on, literally. So I'm being spied on and gang stalked. I mean, the electronic stock, gain stock. Okay. All three of those: group, electronic, gain stock, spy. Four. So yeah. So I want to say something to the victims of this. Please make sure you are a victim. A lot of people are coming up with, not a lot of people, and because I'm looking at the videos, trust me, and I saw one of the best videos. It was actually a documentary on gang stalking, basically. And some of the stuff people are saying I can get with, like, oh yeah, that's real. That's really real. But, and I'm not saying these people are making this stuff up, because something is going on, you guys. And me being an empath, look up empath. These are people that are very, very helpful people, really helpful people, outgoing. They see things before other people see them. Basically sent, I don't want to use sent by God, like I'm some kind of, but these are usually people that know things before other people find out. I've been knowing that and didn't know there was a name for that. It's called an empath, EMPATH. Look that up. And these people are supposedly, per some people's definition, sent here by God. You were born to warn people of what's to come when it's the end times. Okay. And I received that because I before I even knew what the name of it is, I have already been feeling that way. Like, Lord, I mean, am I supposed to be, what's going on? Why am I seeing this and other people are not seeing it? So those are the people. So make sure that, and what I'm saying is that what you're saying is either make sure that it's the truth, or say it to where people can understand what you're saying, because some of the things are sounding far-fetched to some people. And and I knew this. You just can't tell everyone everything. So if you're going to be on video camera, someone's going to interview you, make sure that you're being very descriptive, sincere. Not saying anyone was lying, but make sure that what you're saying people can get with, and don't make anything up so they can get with it. Because some people are going to give you that what. Okay. And also I had something to say. Oh God, I said that, not the victim, well, to the victim, but not, yeah, well, that's basically it. To the people that are letting people know about this, let people know, but make sure that they understand that this is real. This is not just, me just coming up with something. But and if I had something else to add to that, I'll do it later. So I did cabinets and door frames in part 1. So I'm going to continue in part 2. Next thing, is microwaves. Same thing. These cameras can be hidden in microwaves because they can see through everything. You guys, they can see through basically everything. Plastics, wood, plaster, walls, definitely. Please, they can see through walls, the cameras, the lenses, anything. Ceramics. What is your bathtub made out of? Ceramic. Okay. In most cases, your bathtub is made out of ceramic or fiberglass or something like that. But it's, you know what I'm saying? It depending on how it's made. Marble, but it can see through marble, you guys. So when I'm saying this stuff, listen to me. I'm not just saying it can see through marble and it's not documented. Yes, they can see through marble. And that's, whew, like I said in that video and other things I did, I'm ready to go. When you can see through marble, come on now, marble. Okay, so I had to drink some water. Marble. So, and not every one of these cameras can see through marble, but everything else I said prior to that, but there are those that can. But everything I said prior to that, the wood, the plaster, the ceramic, yes, you guys. But the cameras can see through marble. Okay, so if it can see through marble and they see through plastic, then they can put a camera right there in your microwave door. I already know this, you guys. I'm not just saying it, and I'm not just saying I already know this. I know this. All right. Wink, wink. Your microwave door handle. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, refrigerator panels and the handles. I just mentioned handles. There's two screws in my refrigerator door handle, if I'm not mistaken. I've looked up there, and there's two screws right there. Zzz, zzz. Take them off, whatever. Take the handle off. Put the camera in there, wireless. Go on. Come on now. And in my apartment where I moved from, I'm walking around in I'm walking around in the nude, man. You know, I'm walking around in the nude, doing my thing, cooking in the nude. You know, now you see why my ex-husband asked me to remarry him before he got married to his now ex-wife. I never cooked in the nude. I don't think. Did I cook in the nude? Yeah, but you're at home. Okay, so refrigerator door panels, light bulbs, refrigerator panels, and the panels are like the front and the sides, and then the handles. Okay, light bulbs. There's Bluetooth light bulbs, and I haven't gotten the Bluetooth yet. And then there's light bulb cameras. They are operable. You know, they're operable. Bing, 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 bing. You can turn them on, and these items are not inert. Okay, they're operable, meaning they work. So you wouldn't know, you know, what's going on. All right. So lamps. So same thing here. This is a lamp, and this lamp can be manipulated. You can put a camera here, you know, because it can be taken apart and put back together. Anything that can be taken apart and put back together, which should just sum this up. You know, really it should. Anything that you can take apart and put back together, that should be it. Okay. Okay. Smoke detectors. I already talked about smoke detectors. You should already know most smoke detectors, you know, the camera can be placed in the smoke detector. Any smoke detector. Okay. Under planters. If you have planters, you know, where you put plants in, and you have planters in your home or wherever, yes, they could be. No, that's more. I take that back. They can't put them in the planters to see through. That's true, but I was thinking more Bluetooth. But I'm right. Yeah, you can. They can be placed in planters. Excuse me. And I know you guys heard me gulping. Okay. So placed under planters would be the Bluetooth. And placed in the planter would be the camera. As a matter of fact, look on YouTube. YouTube is the god of anything that you need to find out. You guys, I'm telling you. And this is tied in the front. And you guys, I'm going to just a moment. Okay, I'm back. All right. So planters, and sorry about that. I had to tie it in the back. That's really where it was supposed to go. But I went out to eat earlier, and anywho. Okay, so face plates. You guys know this. Some of the cameras can be made face plates. Face plates are these, you know. These are your face plate. Okay, this is a face plate. But this is in a light switch plate. But I'm really specifically speaking on this kind. Okay, you see that possible camera in there somewhere. And I'm looking at the screw of this. I forgot to tell you the two that I had already done. And in part one, I mentioned when you're in your kitchen or your bathroom and you're looking at your cabinetry, be sure to also look at screws. There are cameras that are made like screws, literally a screw that you guys, oh my God. Okay. So, under cabinets. Okay. So I guess what I'm going to do now is, let's see. Okay. Vegetable sprayers. These are the vegetable sprayers. They're the sprayer that's in your kitchen, you know, that's attached to your sink. Yeah, those, they can place them in there. You're in your kitchen, you're new, you just washed your hair, or you do whatever you're doing, you know, and they can be placed in the vegetable sprayers. The ones that, I use mine most 90-some% time when I wash my hair. I wash my hair, you know, there. Okay. And I think everything else, mattresses. Okay, but I'm getting into, yeah. Let me go ahead and go into the Bluetooth tooth. Oh, ceiling fans. Your ceiling fans, you guys. This is for cameras and Bluetooth. They can hide the cameras in your ceiling fans, or your or Bluetooth in your ceiling fans. Okay, not in the ceiling fan, depending on what it is, the camera or whatever. Just look around and start looking for things. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go into the places where Bluetooth can be hidden in your home. Okay. All right. First place is going to be under your cabinetry. Be careful, because there could be nails, but get your hands in with gloves on, not the plastic gloves, because if it's made out of wood, if your cabinetry is made out of wood, then they may be, you can get a splinter or something, so be careful with that. Or there's nails sticking out, if you can put your hands up under there, so be careful. But under your cabinetry could be a Bluetooth. Okay, just one place where there could be under really basically anything can be a Bluetooth. Light bulbs. There is literally a Bluetooth light bulb. Okay. And this light bulb, sorry about that, you guys. This light bulb is just like, I'm trying to pull hold on. Turn this around. Sorry about that, you guys. It's just like a light bulb. Okay. Well, you can't see the light bulb. Oh, you can see the ones that are, no, they're not in there. Okay, but just like a light bulb, all right? And behind the toilet. Look behind your toilet for Bluetooth items, okay? If you got to clean your toilet anyway, like this coming weekend or whatever, just kind of look, if you can, kind of look up around there and see what's going on. See if there's something that looks foreign, that you're like, I don't think this is supposed to be here, Okay. Also, let's see, under, I don't know what this is. Under something. I don't even know what I'm going to skip over that one because I don't know what that is. I did under cabinetry, okay, so I'll have to figure that out in a little bit. So I already said ceiling fans, Bluetooth. Okay, the reason why they hide these Bluetooths and items, let me say that with cameras given, but they hide the Bluetooth because they want to hear your conversation. These are also nosy people, but nosy for a reason. Organized crime. This is how some of them are getting jobs. And things like that. You're mentioning your social security number. You're calling your electrical company and you have to give the last 4 digits of your social security in order to get in your account. You're calling your bank and you have to get the last 4 digits of your social security in order to get in your account. You're calling your bank because there's a charge that you don't know about. They got the last 4 digits of your social security, right? They already got that the other day. You got to call them again because there's a charge on there that you don't know about and you're wondering what is it. Here's the deal. They're going to call the bank. The bank is going to do what? Verify that you are whom you say you are. You've got to give them your security code information. Are you guys following me? Okay. You got to give them your security code information. You give them your security code information. They have it all. Bing, they're in your account. They can check and see how much money you have in the bank each and every freaking time you call your bank, without calling your bank now because they have your information. I'm going to switch this so I can get some water. Okay, so that's that. They have that information. So that's the purpose of the Bluetooth. What is this person saying? We see her talking on the phone because keep in mind, some of these cameras are just that, cameras. The way they're saving money is they're high-tech cameras, but they may not have audio on them. May not. Because that was not the purpose of these cameras. These cameras were not made to spy on people. They were made for plumbers and for people to use for all kinds of things. So what they do is either add the technology to the camera by manipulation, or they will go ahead and just keep that and then add Bluetooth to your home, and then voila, you hear me? So they can spy on you. Also, if you find 55 and 65 inch LED Samsung units These are TVs in your home, and you know that you don't have them in your home. This happened to me over there, and it's happened to me over here. You don't have these items in your home yet. They're showing up on your Bluetooth. Now, some of you are going to say, but it's Bluetooth. It could be your neighbor behind. No, 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 no. Let me explain to you guys. Although technology is continually changing, let me tell you the difference between Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And I did this in a Soup for the Soul. It was mentioned in a Soup for the Soul that I did that was called 11 Reasons Why You're a Hacker's Best Friend. Okay. Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi has changed. Wi-Fi the range has changed. Let me move this. The range has changed. Okay. Meaning, when it first came out, you can only, probably connect, I'm going to say 2 bars max minimum. Probably, in footage, I forgot what it was, but then they expanded it, back in like 2012 or 10 or something, 2011 or 12, it was expanded. This technology, the good and the bad, the good that turns into bad, is still changing. Okay. And so now Wi-Fi, I probably can hook up to someone's Wi-Fi that's, let me see where I am. Probably almost. If I go outside and take a couple of steps in the parking lot, I probably can hook up to someone's Wi-Fi that's in the building across from me. Someone. If I take 2 more steps, I'm in. Where I have a good connection. Wi-Fi has changed. The range for which you can connect has changed dramatically. Bluetooth, however, well, Wi-Fi is video and audio. Bluetooth is audio. Okay. Bluetooth has to be somewhere in that area. You can't just connect to someone's Bluetooth TV, whatever, and they live it's not within ample range for you to connect to it. Technology has expanded for Bluetooth, but not like that. So when you find Bluetooth TVs in your home listed in your Bluetooth device as a device you can connect to, yet that device is not physically in your home, that means that there is a Bluetooth device that device can connect to that's in your home. Let me say that again. There is a Bluetooth device in your home that device can connect to. That's in your home. People are using cast to device, Chromecast. And I got to say something. Some of this stuff needs to require an ID. I'm just keeping it real. Some of this stuff that's used for plumbers, like the ergonomic thing that I mentioned, just keep up with me with the blue cup in the attic. Ergonomic, your fingers can fit right on it. They made it to where your fingers are comfortably in place in the 5 slots that are on whatever device. A gun, for instance, is ergonomic. A pistol, it has the places for your fingers to go. That's what ergonomic means. Okay, so they've made these devices, where you're gonna be comfortable and everything. So and some of these companies, they really need to have some laws. The laws need to be changed. Some of these items should be forbidden. You must show a license to get it. Doesn't mean that you can buy 10 of them. Doesn't mean you can't buy 10 of them and give them to your criminals. But you shouldn't just be able to just go in and get some of these devices. I'm telling you. If you claim to be a plumber, show me. Show me that you are a plumber. I need to know, something needs to be put into place. Okay. Okay. So let me hurry this up. I got a little time though. Mattresses. Oh my God. Bluetooth. They can put Bluetooth in stuff them in your mattress. All right. Depending on where it is. I came home and I had holes in my mattress that were not there. I'm on the streets. I'm living in my vehicle for 6 months. I come home to change clothes or I think I came home for 2 days to sleep, which it must have gotten hot or something. I was just drained and I was like, forget it. I got to lay down. But anywho, when I came home, I had slits in my mattress, not on the top, but on the side, because these are bona fide perverts. They want to see me having sex with someone. Okay. And I do have some blue cup in the attic. Okay. Circumstance or evidence I have part one and part two on YouTube right now. What that is I think I've been watched longer than what I'm thinking. You know, and that's part of the plan. The first initial part of the plan of being gang stalked is you not really knowing what's going on, you know, and you brush it off. This gives them time to do whatever they want to do, to follow you, watch you multiple times using the restroom. You don't know that you're being watched. You don't know. So my body has been watched a long time, longer than what I think it has been watched. Okay. They've been watching me for a very long time. Okay. This is revelation that I on and off thought about. Like, what? When I was living in my vehicle, you know, I'm over here by this produce place and it was a whole bunch of just Hispanics. Now, hold on. But I was sleeping outside in my vehicle prior to me getting approval to go upstairs, because I was in a shelter. And so I was like number two or three on the list to go upstairs. And when you go upstairs, you have, you know, going upstairs was a blessing, put it that way, instead of you being on a mat or something like that. And so I'd rather live in my vehicle than I'm not going to do that. You know, if you know, if I have to, at this facility, put it that way. But speaking of homeless people, looking at the research that I've done, even just as of yesterday, and it's not purpose research. It's like I can go to my own videos and then, you know, they have the videos on the right and you just start looking at videos. Okay. But I have been doing research. I have. And just not on purpose. Like I said, oh, let me go do some more research. I'm done. I don't need to do any more research. Trust me. I know what a TI is. I know what the empath is. I know what the gang stalking, group stalking, electronic stalking is. I got it down to a science. And like I said in a video, I can do a seminar, literally, with my eyes closed, pointing to stuff and telling you this and that. But one of the things that I did notice that I have not mentioned yet, a lot of TIs, targeted individuals, myself included, are people who were once homeless. Yeah. The funny thing is, and this just came to me, and it kind of came to me before, I had heard, went in one ear, came out the other, that the government was doing research on homeless people and doing stuff on the homeless people. And I was like, you know, no. Not because I was homeless. I may not have even been homeless at the time, but I had heard like the government is something about like basically like what's going on right now. But I'm going to tell you, and I believe in my heart, it's not the government. I really do. It is. I've worked for the government, and it's not because I've worked for the government. Just a lot of common sense. The government, our government, the United States, they're already broke. We're broke. So to just go around randomly watching individuals, this I do know. You have to have a reason. Okay. You just don't, the government has absolutely no reason. Think about this, you guys. And as I was saying earlier, be careful what you say, because it's going to make it sound like, even though everything you're saying is the truth in your heart, everything else, when you start putting the government in this, the government is watching me, people like me are going to say, why? Because the government, just from my experience, not to divulge any secrets or anything, but there has to be a valid reason why the government is watching you. The government is not just going to say, oh, there go John Johnson. Watch him. No, oh, he got 2 kids now. Watch him. No, they're not going to watch. They're not. Come on, you guys. Think. I'm going to pause on that. No, they don't have time. The government does not have. Even Donald Trump does not have time to sit there and watch you and what you're doing. Sorry. Okay. However, if they have a valid reason, or they get an ink, or get some going, some people, you can have so many haters that haters can change their voice and continue to call this agency, all this. Kimmy, she's selling drugs. She's been selling drugs for 2 years, just making up stuff. And she's going to be picking some drugs up at such and such and such and such. You guys, trust me, the thought has crossed my mind of this. Okay, this scenario. At least once. Because people are evil these days. So you don't know what someone is doing. But they will find out, first of all, the government has all 10 of these beautiful fingers on record multiple times. If you gave them my name, boop, there she goes right there. She ain't did nothing. Okay, she went to college. She did this. She worked for such a... What you talking about, lady? They don't have time for that, you guys. I know how this works. Trust me. You can't just file false statements and think the government is just going to, ooh, but if someone's continuously doing it, changing their voice, pretending like they're different people, getting other people involved, gang stalking, they're probably going to check that individual out. But please know this, the government does not play. If you file false documents on someone and waste the government's time, the special agents, they got to get paid. You're wasting, even though they're salaried, you're wasting their time. Special agents, criminal investigators, they all getting involved in it. But why would Kimmy be doing something? We know her from... And then they find out that you were lying. I'm going to let you guys figure that out. You don't mess with the government. You better do that with the police officer or someone local, but you don't even do them. But you definitely, I got to go. I got to hurry up. Okay, so that's it. Let me hurry up this up. Heavy furniture. They're going to hide the Bluetooths and heavy furniture, wood, cameras. You know, they're going to drill holes and do stuff. If they want to see you, baby, they want to see you. I don't know. If they're making money off of you like they're making off of me, okay? I took a shower the other day. You guys, I do not shower in my apartment. When I tell you some people upset because they didn't get a chance to see that, I'm not going to go into detail how they didn't see it, but I knew what I was doing. I was hot. I'm like, oh no, I'm hot. And I'm telling you, I haven't taken a shower in my apartment in a long time, like literally. And baby, it's some people got upset when they found out. They found out I took a shower because there's multiple cameras in here, and it's like, where is everybody? I know what I was doing. Okay, so here we go. So that's gonna be it. Doorknobs, mattresses. I think I went over everything. I don't know what this under something. So it's got an AC in it. Under hack. I don't know. So I gotta go. Hasta la vista. Buenas horas. Buenas noches. Arriba Deltri. Avref Wasalita. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Please, I am accepting donations. Please send those donations. I appreciate it in advance. Thank you very much to GoFundMe.com. GoFundMe.com/KimMeWyatt. Send any amount. I don't care if it's $1. And if you send $50 or more, I'm going to send you a reciprocating gift. Premium. Wink, wink. Okay, so be sure there's a place for notes that you put your address there and let me know what your address is. Make sure you verify any apartment building or suite numbers. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Bye.